Hi everyone, this is Susan Givens, and we are coming to you today with an executive spotlight. We have Hoss Devine, the CEO and founder of Automotive Innovations. Hoss, I'm so glad to see you. We talked earlier. We have not seen each other in 8 years.
Yep,
So it's really good to be face to face.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
So tell me what you've been up to.
Oh, well, we started this little company called AI. We saw a need and decided to fulfill it. And it's been a long journey.
Can you give me just a small overview of what AI is, please?
Well, so we're a suite of solutions. So it's unlike anything in the industry. There's a lot of people trying to do it now. I've been working on this for 5.5 years, so it's been I was ahead of the game back then, but then as we're still ahead of the game. It's just now everybody's trying to do kind of the same thing. We just do it better. But we focus on the profit centers of the store and help dealers, real time with relevant data.
So you have been in dealerships, you've consulted dealerships, you've run businesses. How has the automotive industry changed over the years? I know that's a broad question.
It is a pretty broad question. I would say, it's technology, it's internet, it's everything. The business as a whole. I remember when I was selling cars back in the 90s, and the first customer that walked in with an invoice because they'd found the invoice price online. Back then we weren't even allowed. We didn't even know what invoice was as a salesperson, and we just thought it was going to ruin the car business because customers could see everything. And actually, I think it's done nothing but help the industry. So
it's made the industry become a little bit more transparent, which has solidified, our relationships with our customers and helped with their retention. So.
Oh, absolutely. And for the last 15 years as a consultant, I was all about teaching people how to be transparent with their business. How to increase volume, how to increase profits, how to pull what levers you needed to pull. But it's all about creating that correct culture within a company, and then not only that, you can make money and be transparent.
For sure. For sure. I know with AI you have a lot of different solutions for dealers. How in the world did you choose what solutions to pick to help these dealers?
It's kind of funny. I guess it's the solutions that I'm passionate about in being an operator, and that's, I was in a store back in 2016, and I have this spreadsheet that I made that it's got like 50,000 formulas in it, and takes me, 140 hours to build one for a client. And I took this spreadsheet and I've used it for years to run dealerships. And so when I was in consulting a store, I'd put the spreadsheet in the store and we start doing, using it, but it's all manual entry. It's on a shared drive. If one person's in it, then somebody else can't update it. And so everybody's, picking up the phone, calling everybody in the store saying, hey, who's in the workbook? And so trying to, and then I had the idea. I was training a young dealer, and one of my clients said, hey, would you come work with my son? Because they don't want to listen to their parents, So I did a lot of work over the years helping that next generation. And so that's really why I built this tool, was to help the new generation of operators coming to the business be able to see and understand and interpret the data. You can give a lot of these guys data, but they don't know how to interpret it. They don't know, okay, well, if this is wrong, what do I do to fix that?
Right.
And so that's what we do, is we don't just give you the data, but we interpret the data and we tell you where your areas for opportunity are. And that was the first product, and then it kind of morphed into, I'm a huge used car guy, and, and so I thought, well, recon is a real problem for people. And so I created a recon tool. And then I'm trained F&I for years, and I'm a big F&I guy, and I love F&I. And so I was like, I can build a better F&I menu and e-contracting and all that stuff. And so I did that. And then, with our university, dealers do a horrible job onboarding new employees. And so we created this university that helps us virtually onboard our customers, but then also they can create their own training path and create their own onboarding program. And we offer like stock courses for everything based on all my years of consulting. And then they can choose to use them or not, but then they can get certified in their own process before they even start working. So,
I mean, how nice is that to have kind of a one-stop place to be able to just better your dealership as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of problems in the industry, I think, and that's what I'm trying to solve. You have all these programs. I've been a huge Cox Automotive guy for years. I love Cox. Got a lot of friends at Cox. But one of the things that I think is a real problem in our industry, and it's not just with Cox, it's with everybody, and that's, we buy these solutions and we bolt them on. We buy these solutions and bolt them on. And as hard as they try, they still don't communicate well with each other. And so my whole thing is, hey, I can build one solution that has all these different areas in them, replace, 6 different tools, and do it for one price with one login with, we do single sign-on, which we're the only industry company that I know in our industry that does single sign-on. So we don't manage any of that. It's all done through your Office 365 or through your G Suite. And so if you let an employee go, then they can't log into our system because the dealer manages all that. That's nothing that we manage. And so it's, we have military grade encryption and, we do stuff way extreme on the data side to make sure that everybody's protected. So
that's great. That's great. So at Automotive Innovations, your core values are faith, family, and AI. Love that. How did you come up with that? And how did you apply it?
Didn't. I mean, I stole it. I stole it from Ethos, the Ethos Group, which is an F&I company. 90% of my consulting over the years and the work that I've done in stores has been through Ethos. Ethos taught me F&I, and so, I really enjoy the company, great company, but that's their motto. And so I stole that, and I said, hey, I want that to be our motto. And it's not just a motto, though. I mean, I had a guy the other day that he was on the road, and one of our sales guys, and his kid got sick, and the school called him, and he was an hour and a half. He had just left. He was an hour and a half from home, and he's like, man, I got to go take care of my kid, and he was mad about it, because his wife was at work, and I said, hey, bud, don't worry about it, man. I said, remember our priorities, dude: faith, family, and AI. I said, you can be on the road another day. Right now, your family needs you. Don't be mad at your kid for getting sick. He can't help it. That's what our priorities are. And if we make those our priorities, I mean, God's helped me build this company. I have a lot of faith, and, we've always gotten exactly what we need. So, awesome. So we put that first. That's
awesome. How do you come up with your core business philosophies?
See what everybody else is doing and then do the opposite. No, I mean, I think that, so one of my philosophies is when we build a product and we enhance that product and we come out with new features and new things to help the dealer, I don't charge more money for that. Everybody else does. I don't believe in upselling. And I know that in the tech world, there people are like, you're crazy. But my opinion is that, there's a saying where I come from that, pigs get fat, hogs go to slaughter. And so I think that creating a solution, I mean, as much money as we pay these solutions for these companies, you should get their enhancements for free. Mm-hmm. That's just part of being innovative. And if you want to continue to charge for innovation, in my opinion, that's not right.
Right. I agree with you, and we kind of do the same core values here. So, okay, so there's been so many changes in the automotive industry in the past couple of years. We've had COVID, we've had, employee shortages, we've had chip shortages. I mean, everything has been kind of thrown at us. Do you see the automotive industry going back to some sort of normalcy, or are we changed forever?
I think it'll go back to normal, but it's funny. Everybody asks the question, and I hear people try to answer this question, and I don't think there's an answer for the question, because 6 months, a year ago, they told us this was only going to last another 6 months or a year. And then every factory rep that I talk to and the factory guys that I know, they all say, well, it's going to be another 6 months to a year. And nobody knows when this is going to happen. But I think it boils down to, that's another reason why I started doing what I do the way I do it, is I build everything from scratch. I don't buy anything. If I want it, I build it from scratch, and I own it, and I support the customer, and we make sure that we have the support and customer service that we want. Whereas when you look at the chips, for instance, we're dependent on foreign sources for chips and for our business. And, when you look at companies who are dependent on foreign sources, and that could be parts, it could be software, it could be whatever, then you don't control your business, and you don't control your customer interaction, and you don't control your engagement. And so that's why I kind of, that was pretty eye-opening for me on the whole chip thing, because it's like, well, that's exactly, it just kind of solidified my thought process for how I, build software, is to make sure that we own it all. We're not dependent on anybody else. And so that's, and I think that the automotive space needs to go that route instead of being dependent on all these foreign sources.
Right. Well said. Hoss, thank you so much for joining us today. Our audience, thank you guys for listening. I've enjoyed you so much, and I hope it's not 8 years till the next time I see you. I don't think it will be.
No, I don't think so.
Have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
All right. What do you think?